Ajax's challenge. How could it please his courage still to hang back now where other Achaeans held the rear? No more. Up and down the decks of the ships he went with his great plunging strides, swinging in hand his enormous polished pike for fights at sea, clamped with clinchers, 22 forearms long. Ajax, skilled as a show rider, a virtuoso horseman, who picks from the herd 4 stallions, yokes them tight, and galloping off the plain comes racing toward a large city, over a trafficked road, and the crowds gaze in wonder, men and women watching, as sure-footed, never a slip. The rider keeps on leaping, swinging from back to back, and the pounding team flies on. So Ajax swung now, leaping from deck to deck on the fast-trimmed ships, ranging with huge strides as his voice hits the skies, keeping up a terrific bellowing, calling Argives on to defend the ships and shelters. And Hector, too, how could he hold back with his massing armored Trojans, now like a flashing eagle swooping down on bird flocks, winged thousands feeding, swarming a river's banks, geese, cranes, or swans with their long lancing necks. So swooping Hector went head first at a warship, charged its purple prow, and Zeus behind him thrust him on with his mighty deathless hand, urging the soldiers on who crowded Hector's back. And again a desperate battle broke at the ships. You'd think they waded into the fighting, fresh troops, unbruised, unbroken. They fought with such new fire. And what were the fighters thinking? Only this: the Argives certain they'd never flee the worst, they'd perish then and there. But the hope soared in every Trojan's heart to torch the ships and slaughter Argive heroes. So ran their thoughts, closing for the kill. At last Hector grappled a ship's stern, a beauty built for speed. It swept the seas with Protesilaus, bore him to Troy, but never bore him back to his fatherland again. Now churning round that ship, Achaeans and Trojans hacked each other at close range. No more war at a distance, waiting to take the long flights of spears and arrows. They stood there man to man and matched their fury, killing each other now with hatchets, battle axes, big swords, 2-edged spears, and many a blade, magnificent, heavy-hilted and thonged and black, lay strewn on the ground. Some dropped from hands, some fell as the fighters' shoulder straps were cut, and the earth ran black with blood. And Hector held fast, he never let go of the high stern, he hugged its horn, arms locked in a death grip, crying out to Trojans, "Bring fire! Up with the war cries all together! Now Zeus hands us a day worth all the rest. Today we seize these ships." They stormed ashore against the will of the gods. They came here freighted with years of pain for us, and all thanks to our city elders. What cowards! Whenever I longed to fight at the ship's high sterns, the old men kept me back. They held the troops in check. Oh, but if Zeus's lightning blinded us those days, it's Zeus who drives us, hurls us on today. The harder he cried, the harder his forces charged against the Argives. Not even Ajax held his post, no longer now. Forced by the shafts, he backed away by inches, certain he'd die there. Down he leapt from the decks, down to bestride the 7-foot bridge amidships. There he stood, tensing, braced to take them on. His huge pike kept beating the Trojans off the hulls, any attacker flinging tireless fire, and all the time that terrible voice of his, bellowing out to cohorts, "Friends, fighting Danaans, aids and arms of Ares, fight like men, my comrades, call up your battle fury. You think we have reserves in the rear to back us up, some stronger wall to shield our men from disaster? No, there's no great citadel standing near with towers where we could defend ourselves and troops could turn the tide. No, we're here on the plain of Troy, all Troy's in arms, dug in, backs to the sea, land of our fathers far away. Fight! The light of safety lies in our fighting hands, not spines gone soft in battle. And with each cry he thrust his slashing pike with a fresh new fury, and any Trojan crashing against the beaked ships, torch ablaze in hand, straining to please Hector who urged him on, Ajax ready and waiting there would stab each man with his long rugged pike. 12 he impaled point blank, struggling up the holes.